I put the visor down, pull it back up, put some gum in, put it back down again, and then just start strolling off to the customs.
Okay. So you walk up to the little booth. You can see it's got a door on one side, also covered in graffiti. The window on the front has like an area where the graffiti has been scraped off with like a paint scraper, but it's all scratched. So the best you get is like a foggy view of the dude inside. And it's got one of those like at the bottom, one of those rotating things that they have at convenience stores, like in like places where it's like a security risk where you put your money in and they turn it around.
Right.
They take your money and they put the thing in and turn it back to you. So he's got one of those, and there's a little like speaker next to him. You can see like a mic, like a crappy looking mic inside. And you walk up and you can see he's watching like a little miniature black and white TV on his desk. And he's smoking like a very like chewed up, like been lit several times cigar.
What race is he?
He's a dwarf. He appears to be like Pakistani or Indian. Hard to tell through the fog. He's got a big black beard, and he's wearing a turban. He's also wearing like a uniform shirt. It's like a short sleeved, like blue shirt with the like UCAS flag on one side and a name badge, but you can't read it because it's all fucking foggy. And he doesn't look up. Like you walk up, and whether he hears you or notices you, don't know. Just like smoking a cigar, looking at his TV.
Yeah, I just tap on the glass.
Okay, he startles a little bit, turns, puts out his cigar in the like ashtray. He turns over, leans over, and presses the button. And he's like, "Anything to declare?" And it comes out all tinny and weird. It's like staring at you through the foggy windscreen.
I just keep holding up 5.
It's like, five what? I don't understand you.
And then
I can't.
I point
Sir.
down at him.
Sir, I cannot see you. It's the glass on this is very, very foggy. You are pointing 5 fingers at me. What do you want?
I.
Where are we?
You guys are standing nearby.
I'm watching.
I go down to the where you put the money things and rotate it.
Yeah.
And I just start rotating it as fast as possible to try to get some of the smoke out.
He's like, please do not touch the equipment, sir. Please stand back. Thank you.
I just stop and kind of step back.
You are entering the Redmond Barrens. Do you have anything to declare?
I pull up my shotgun.
He's like, yes, that's a very good idea, sir. That's not what I mean. What is your purpose of your visit?
I just start going like this.
It's like, ducks. There are no ducks in Redmond, sir.
Why did we send him up there?
I think that's a really good question.
Because he's an orc.
Troll, close. I look back at the party and I'm just like, and I pull out one of my I open up the compartment on my card.
Sure.
And then I put that into the money thing and put it back in there, and I'm just kind of like scratching my chin looking at him.
He looks at it, and he's like, so you would like to declare that you are a Shadowrunner? Is that what you're saying?
I get a very badass look on my face and just like,
I'm sure your mother is very proud of you, sir. And he like puts the card back and like spins it around, and he's like, I'm going to assume you have nothing to declare.
I yell over, we have nothing to declare.
So he presses the button again. He's like, I think that I heard your friend say something in English. Can you send your friend over here to speak to me, please? Very well.
Like, I put like my head up so
hear it.
that you can't see my ears.
Okay, so
I
he
walk
gets
over, just looking like a fucking, hobo.
okay.
And
All right.
I'm like, hi. We don't have anything to declare. Sorry. He doesn't speak sometimes, most of the time.
So he goes back on the radio and is like, the city of Redmond welcomes everyone, learning disabilities or otherwise. He stops. He's like, as an official of United Canadian American States, it's my responsibility to warn you, there is no law enforcement currently in action in Redmond. Do you accept? And he like stops and he puts a piece of paper and a pen into the thing and spins it around. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like a regular sized piece of paper folded in a bit. And when you unfold it, it's just covered in like small like disclaimer text. That's like, you won't sue the city if you get attacked by gangs. You rescind any and all right to like resuscitation by paramedics because there aren't any. There's no cops. Like, you're on your own. You're doing this of your own free will. No one is forcing you to go to Redmond. Like, they basically just want you all to sign it. And there's like space for signatures.
When I see the pen and paper, I like rush over.
Okay. All right. It's maybe the most complicated like piece of paper for an autograph you've ever seen, but whatever. People have asked you to sign weirder things.
Yeah, I sign it right away. I like grab the pen. And then I just like strut by.
Yeah, at first I'm standing there like reading it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of dawns on me that I don't really have a choice. So I just kind of slowly sign it.
Okay. Crusher, what does your signature look like? Can you write your own name? Or is it just a big X?
Wrote it on his name tag, didn't he?
I assume someone else wrote that for him.
Yeah, someone else wrote that for me.
Someone at the hospital wrote that for him.
Yeah.
One day we'll learn about that story.
Roleplay flashbacks.
What is my signature? I just put it looks like that. I'll just draw it. It's so much easier just to draw it. It looks like. Oops,
Okay.
that's black. Hold on, we gotta go white.
This truly is like a pen and paper RPG.
Actually, that's an
Really?
R. That's an R right there.
Where's the
Okay.
It looks
Where's
like
the
that.
first? Oh, I see.
And then I do that.
Okay. All right. So everybody, I assume, signs. Nobody's gonna like harass this guy anymore. Okay.
Yep.
So before you go in, so he takes it and he says, "Are you all citizens of the United Canadian American States?" Takes his hand off.
Yes.
Okay, so he gets back on and says, and every time there's like a crackle and like feedback every time he hits the button, and he's like, make sure to have your paperwork when you come back. It's going to be a little bit more difficult leaving, as you can see. Have a good day. Welcome to Redmond. And he like takes his hand off the button and just turns
Why is
around.
it more difficult to leave?
And the arm starts like going up.
Wait. Why is it more difficult to leave?
And he doesn't respond. Do you like knock
What?
on the glass or like?
What? Yes.
So he turns around and he presses the button. He's like, "Excuse me, ma'am. I am on break. Come back in 15 minutes."
Why is it more difficult
I can't
to
hear you.
leave?
I'm on break. I'm sorry.
I don't care. Just answer my question. It's going to take like 15 seconds of your time, and then you can take an extra break.
Just silence. You can hear he turns the TV up and you can hear like sports noise coming out of it.
Dude, I'm going to hack the shit out of this little booth. I don't care if I have to like duck down. I am going to do something to him. Please let me pull out my clips, find a wire, and go.
All right. So you want to like get around the back and like tamper with government property?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna stop.
The second that I see her starting to go for that, I'm like, Bon, shouldn't we just like, couldn't we do this on the way back since it's gonna be more difficult on the way back anyway? Like, shouldn't we, because like,
I
just
started
like
trying to create a
bleeding eyes, just like
You get out of
Alright.
my way. I'm gonna hack the shit out of this
All
guy.
right. All right. Just this time. I'm going to get him on a way out.
Thank you.
Bonbon's got to get in some practice before she hacks the president.
which is obviously on her list of
That's
goals.
right. You're not a real hacker till you can hack the president. All right. So you enter the Redmond Barrens. So there's no like real, aside from the wall being like a clean, obvious like sort of demarcation line between the two. I mean, the neighborhood around Redmond is shitty too, because if you don't live in Redmond, you don't want to live next door to Redmond either, because radiation doesn't give a shit if there's a wall. You get a good
Right.
wind up from Glow City, and it spreads into nearby neighborhoods. But inside it's bad because there's no outside. It was like sparse care, right? Like, yeah, okay, if you shoot somebody there, the cops will eventually show up. In here, not so much the case. So like entire roads are like blocked off with like piled up cars. There's graffiti on literally every flat surface that you can find, and they're all just like various gang tags. And in what looks like it used to be like a Pizza Hut across the street, it's all boarded up now. In the parking lot of this former Pizza Hut, there's like a pickup truck, like a bright orange pickup truck, and several motorcycles, like Japanese motorcycles, and all of the vehicles are way too nice to be in Redmond. There's a group of like guys just standing kind of like a little ways away. From this distance, you definitely recognize at least one of them as a troll. And on the side of the truck, there's a like a black spray painted like stencil of what looks like a castle kind of wall with a portcullis lifted, and then inside the portcullis is like a crown, and that's like spray painted on the side of this truck.
We recognize that from anything?
You could make a roll. Make an
Like a
intelligence-
street etiquette?
Yeah, or street etiquette or intelligence, either one.
Okay, I'll make a roll.
Okay.
What's my target?
To recognize this particular gang sign, target 6, please.
No.
Okay, no, you don't recognize it. I mean,
Can I
Maurice.
roll too?
Yeah, sure. Everybody that has the skill can make that roll.
Can I just use intelligence?
Yeah, target number's gonna be 10 if you roll with just intelligence.
Why not?
Go for it.
Ooh,
Almost.
Close.
Target number is 6.
Target number is 6 if you have Etiquette Street, 10 if you don't, and then you're just rolling your intelligence.
Damn.
Oh, I'm rolling my. Oh, I see. So I roll intelligence and then.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 6.
Oh my god!
Crusher got it. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
And he
All right.
can't even tell us.
So,
2, 6.
What a waste of a roll! Like
so
that's never gonna happen again.
MVP. So, Crusher, you're gonna have to tell us how you know this, but you recognize the sign. You've seen maybe the graffiti before of the Kingsgate Boys. They're like a Oregon Troll like go gang that kind of like rides around in Redmond. They have some stretch of highway territory in the neighborhood called Kingsgate, which is why they're called that. But with one success, you can't really like remember like what other gangs they have beef with or like anything else about them. Just they're called the Kingsgate Boys.
Do they have are they a national gang or is it only in
No,
this area?
they're Redmond only. They're one of 100 gangs in the Barrens.
How do I fucking know these things?
Yeah, how do you know that?
How
Did you
the
see like
hell
a
do you know?
2020 documentary about them or something?
Maybe it's part of his sordid past that he doesn't remember, and he's a hit with knowledge.
Do we get like a trauma flashback?
Yeah.
Well, I
Did I
see
Maybe
know
it
that?
wasn't one of my songs, and since I don't write my songs, I never actually paid attention to it, but Crusher did.
What do you think, Crusher? How do you recognize the gang sign of the Kingsgate Boys?
Oh man, I need to think about this. I mean, if they're only on like the west in the Redmond area,
Yeah.
I would say that for whatever reason I read a story in the newspaper back before my incident, and it was about how the Kingsgate Boys were taking over Redmond, and that and that there was like obviously there was gang wars every 5 seconds in the area.
Yeah.
But the Kingsgate Boys were the most deadly and the most feared out of all the other
Should have
gangs.
made them pussycats.
And the
They
reason
actually used to be called the Pussycat Gang.
They fight people with Nerf guns.
Yeah. They're really into kittens and unicorns. They stage Broadway musicals.
and the
Owls
reason
and
That
humans.
gang.
the reason they're called the Kingsgate could they be a mix of race?
Yeah, I mean they're primarily like orcs and trolls.
Okay, so let's say that the reason they're called the Kingsgate Boys is because they're actually like really anti-human, because
Okay.
they are mostly orc controls. And if they find humans, they put a like a barbed wire crown on the human, and then like put it
Nice.
really, really deep
What
into their
the
head.
fuck?
Nice.
What did
Oh,
we
God.
do to
Thorns.
you?
Oh, they collect the eyeballs of human, like.
And that's how I know.
Just remember
That's
this.
actually fucked up.
This
You
really
know what?
scary
It's one
story.
thing when the DM wants to kill you. It's another thing when your other players are just like, yeah, this is like fuck it. They're like,
I've been paying JP Karma under the table to help me fuck with you.
Jesus
It's cool.
Christ.
Got that going on. It's fine.
fucking
This is
fuck.
where the fake horns would have really come in handy, guys.
God, yeah. Make a charisma roll every single time you run into someone to see if they notice the.
Obviously, you'd make one disguise roll, and then I'd have to resist the disguise weed. Come on. It's basic.
Well,
D.
great, and then I get a.
Anyway, there's no disguise. Your
So when I
guess is
see
here.
them,
Yeah.
I immediately go into like a panic, and I see like Bonbon and Knight's Ass walking towards them. I assume, like you said, they're in front of us, right?
Yeah, they're just in this parking lot of Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell
Nice.
across the street.
Nice. So I
When
immediately,
you see me walking, are you like, damn?
at first, yes. Second, though, I immediately grab both of you and just like pull you back, and I'm just like, just shaking my head like no. And then I guess I pull out a card and like write down Kingsgate Boys, and then draw a little like crown on top of a human and hand it to you.
I'm not queen yet.
To me?
To both of
Right.
you, yeah.
Somehow Madonna's still alive, and she's still like the pop queen.
Yeah, in
But-
1989,
Yeah, in
Madonna
80s
was
she
the
was, yeah.
shit. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
When did Like a Virgin
But I'm
come
I'm
out?
trying to dethrone her.
Oh.
she's like 100 years old.
So
I'm working on it.
obviously I get from this that we should probably not F with these guys. So can we just avoid them? Do we know where we need to go?
Well, I mean, Deshaun and his like gang buddies were gonna come pick you up. So
Is that
From the entrance. Like
Yeah.
they were supposed to just be right there.
there's nobody else around.
Oh Lord.
Oh
Am
God.
I near breakdown?
Yeah, I mean, you're all kind of like you've wandered into the bad part of town and immediately clustered up together. And you're like, oh god. Ah.
Okay, so I just say like breakdown. I think I need a bit of a disguise. I hope you don't mind. I start lifting up one of his cloaks and I just like go under it and like put it over me.
Like looking like a big hump on my back.
Yeah, man. Is the
Don't
coast
know
clear
what to
yet?
classic maneuver, the
Mhm.
Parisian hunchback.
If I look around, like, well, fuck, never mind. I have one ant, I can't. I'm just like, I have my arm around everyone, and I'm just like looking down at you guys.
I look to Bonbon. I'm like, are they supposed to be here, or are we supposed to go somewhere, or what are we supposed to be doing? Because it's like a little weird.
Are we gonna be late to the concert, Bonbon?
All right. Listen. Come with me.
Just addressing everybody.
Yes.
I don't, like, I keep my arms around the group, and can I pick up all four of them in my arms?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Would that be like a tremendous task?
Well, I mean,
All
I
four.
feel like somewhere I've seen everybody riding around on your shoulders before. So
I don't want them riding on my shoulders. I just want to pick them up and move as one
Just
single
declaring
unit.
ourselves.
scoop them up like
Isn't Hajia
puppies.
fine though to walk around her own?
I mean, there's a lot of complicated socioeconomical answers to that question, but I mean, short answer, no, she's not. Because yes, she's an orc, but also like she's a woman. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, she's staying behind all of you and seems kind of like not like afraid, but kind of like, okay, let's get a move on. We have a plan, don't we? Like, but she's being polite, kind of just like looking around, waiting for something to happen.
All right. Then I I grab the package from Crusher, and I just start walking towards these folks.
Okay. All right.
Now,
Wait,
can I?
You're walking towards the Kingsgate boys?
Yes, I am.
I immediately just grab you with one arm and like put you right back where you were, and I'm just like, just
The one person we need to fucking communicate can't communicate. Crusher, I think Deshaun must be these guys. Look, Maurice said that Deshaun would have our back.
Do we have like a code
The
word?
code's the package.
Oh,
I grab the package and like put it, I guess, back around my arm for some reason when he took it off.
so then, right? So then, Crusher could take the package and see if they know, and
I
if they
just-
don't,
I
he
start
comes
walking.
back, and we.
All right, but someone has to like translate for Crusher. Like,
So when you say that, Hidea sees like him starting to walk away, and she's like, "I'll do it," and she like walks over to Crusher, and like Crusher follows you to towards the gang.
In a muffled voice from below Breakdown's cloaks, I say, like, good on you, Hidea.
I don't notice
Just
Hidea
like,
walking because I'm like shitting bricks inside, but I've got like my armor on and stuff so no one can see, and I'm just dead focused. Is there like a particular one as I'm walking up to him that looks more badass or more powerful or like he's
So
the leader than the others?
I mean, maybe it depends. I'll describe them. You can decide what you think. So there's about a half dozen of them. They are mostly orcs, though one of them is a troll. They're all dressed similarly in the 80s idea of gangs kind of way, and that they all have like the same leather vest or something. And it has the like Kingsgate Boys logo on the back. And they seem to be of varying ethnicities. Like one of them's white, one of them looks like Chinese maybe. But the troll's like a big he's a little shorter than you. Doesn't have any obvious cybernetics. He's black, and he's got like one big weird ragged curved horn coming out of the left temple, and then his other horn is broken off. And he's got a huge, there's no way anyone in your group but you would be able to get their hand around the grip, like a huge pistol on his hip. And he's the one that makes eye contact. He looks at you as you approach.
Yeah.
What is the? And the others just start putting out cigarettes and kind of backing up a little bit.
What is
the
package container? Is it a box?
Yeah, it's a box wrapped in or something, or a package. It feels like it's got a little bit of give to it. It's wrapped in brown paper, and then string is holding it all together.
Okay. I guess as I'm walking towards them, I'm tearing into this.
You're just gonna open the package?
Yeah, and I'm gonna look at it and then
We
hold
went
it out in
this
front of them.
long.
Okay, so you start you go to tear it, and Hidea is she catches up to you, and she kind of looks at you, and you pull a chunk off of it. Yeah, it's actually several the package is holding several blocks of saran wrapped white material together.
Yeah.
Powder.
Drugs.
Drugs.
Maurice knows how to party.
It's a
Okay,
big thing
once
with
I
drugs.
recognize this, and I make sure that if you were to just look at that, you would know what it was. I'm just walking towards them with the drugs in my hand.
Towards the gangsters?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Don't do any of it, or Mr. Sakaran will kill you. So you're walking up, and the troll starts to walk towards you, and he stops, maybe 2 or 3 meters away from you. Kind of gives you an up and down. He's like, "What up, RoboCop?" Looks at Hidea, just disregards her. Looks at the package in your hand. He's like, "You got a present for me?"
I hand it to him very timidly.
Okay, he takes it from you, and he throws it to one of the other guys. And the other guy looks at it, and he's like, "It's a little banged up, boss." And the guy looks over his shoulder at him and is like, yeah, but is it all there? The guy's like, he nods, like, looks back at you. He's like, all right, RoboCop, you did good. He like looks past you at all the like people still kind of like clustered by the entrance. And he's like,
All
those
the two people.
oh, there's two. Yeah, the horrifying hunchback and the human Decker. And he says to you, Crusher, he's like, those belong to you?
I just nod.
And he like leans over, so he's kind of like looking towards you. And you guys see him, and he's like kind of waves.
I look
It's like,
back. I look back.
He's like, tell your friends to come over and say hi. Let's get friendly.
Yeah, I do like a big wave, just once for everyone to come over.
I look at Bonbon. I wait for Bonbon to move before I move.
So the dude holding the package looks at Hadia and starts to like chat her up. He's like, "Hey, girl," and the big guy's like, "Shut up, moron!" And he like backs away. So you guys all approach, and
I slowly sidestep with breakdown.
just like emerge from. Oh,
Like
you're staying hidden.
halfway over there, I just like get fed up. I'm just like,
Oh my God.
I'm on like really high heels, so just gonna like fall over. But it's very dramatic, of course.
I hope you back up, but I'm not sad that you are not under my clothes anymore.
Okay. So as you guys are approaching, you hear like several quick bursts of gunfire from somewhere like not super nearby, but you hear like echoing off the pavement. And the troll and a couple of the other gangsters like put their hands on their weapon and look, and then he like puts his hand up, and then kind of like puts it down. And he's like, "That was not for us." So, you know my cousin.
We're all there at this point.
Yeah.
Like we've all. Yeah. I know Maurice.
So he kind of like looks at you for the first time, Bonbon, and like looks you up and down, and is like, yeah, you look like his type. fucking Maurice.
I clap
All
a
right.
little bit. I just give like 5 or 6 claps.
Out of respect for Maurice, I keep my mouth shut.
All right. He's like, how's he doing? He good?
Yeah, he's doing good. You see the car he drives now?
Nah, me and my cousin don't get to talk much. He doesn't come back to the hood. I don't get to leave. So.
Oh, he's
You know
a
how
good
it
old.
is.
Yeah, he's a good old boy. He drives around this nice limo, and he's attending night classes. He's doing good. You'd be proud of him.
Yeah, he's keeping his nose clean, hanging out with fucking hoods like you. I see
Hey.
you, RoboCop, that big gun.
Hey, listen. Give Maurice the benefit of the doubt. I called him. I needed some transportation. It was happenstance.
So he kind of like takes a step towards you, so he knows that he's like maybe a little closer than you're comfortable with. Do you back away, or do you just like hold your ground?
Bonbon?
Yeah.
Nah.
I would maybe step in between them if he moved forward, just
Okay,
through like
cool.
natural instinct.
All right. Yeah, he puts his hand up, like, and doesn't like touch you, but he like puts his hand up, like, whoa, okay, RoboCop, that's fine. We're friends. And like takes a step back and leans over and looks at Bonbon and is like, yeah, motherfucker coming up in the world. You better not get in the way of that shit. If he gets arrested again, that's it. You hear me?
I got him job. I mean, I'm helping his situation. He's
Yeah, I know what kind of jobs you motherfuckers give us. Anyway, fuck that shit. Let's go. And he gestures to the
Hey.
like, cluster of motorcycles.
I just want to say, I think it's very adorable how protective you are of your cousin.
Don't you fucking call me adorable, Flatline. Get out of here.
It's Bonbon.
Yeah, I don't care what it is. So he goes back to the truck, which is obviously his, because it's like a big filter. And he looks at you, Crusher, and he's like, I guess you're riding with me, RoboCop. Get in.
I give a look towards the rest of the group, and I just one nod, like I know what I'm doing, and I get in the car.
Bead of sweat.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, rest of you pick a bike. Somebody will give you a ride. And he says to, I guess, while you're all still there, he says to you, Crusher, he's like, where are we going?
I just look over at him. I have no idea where we're going. I look over to him, and I step up out of the car and walk over to Bonbon. And I just like make a head notion towards the car.
We're going to the Richmond School for the Awakened Youth. Youths.
You- he nods. He's like, yeah, all right, I know where that is. Shouldn't be long. Let's go. And so he gets in the truck, and yeah, the rest of you get on the back of a motorcycle of some variety with some gangster. And
I'm totally down with that. That's totally a Decker thing. Yeah. Love it. Mike.
I offer my guy to like let me ride it myself, drive it.
yeah, it's not gonna happen. You know what? That's not fair. That's not fair to just shut you down like that. You can make a charisma roll to ride. Okay,
I do own my own bike, so
motorcycle gang. You do have the skill, but he doesn't know that. Let's say
I want to start telling him about it.
charisma
About all
roll.
the decals I have.
Target number 10. If you can get a success, he'll let you drive.
Oh,
Yes,
There you go.
not.
All right. Cool. So yeah, it's kind of like a sort of like one of the quieter dudes. You actually get the impression that this guy in the gang actually like make an intelligence roll for me, Knight's Ass, because you're having this conversation with the dude, being like, oh, nice bike, and telling him stuff about
Against 4?
it. Yeah, target number 4. Okay, so this dude, there's something about him that's different from the rest of them, and like they all look like they've had like kind of a rough life, and they have like all these tattoos and stuff, and like this guy seems a little like cleaner than them, and it takes you a while to figure it out. But this dude, he's actually like an orc poser. Like he's had like reconstructive surgery on his jaw to like give him tusks, and he's got like pointy ears that are like surgically enhanced. And he's like trying to like be an orc. It's a thing, like you know this. It happens way more often with elves, where like humans are like, oh, elves are so magical, and they like, get surgery to look more like elves.
Well, being in the business, like I've seen a lot of people get bad plastic surgery. So, yeah, of course I immediately noticed that.
Okay. But yeah, he's like, he says to you like, yeah, you can ride it, and he like rides behind you. His like arms around you, gives you his helmet.
I asked him where he got his work done.
He gets embarrassed and is like, I don't know what you're talking about. Work. I'm fucking.
Well, if you
Shut
ever
up.
get a fix up, I know a guy.
Yeah, he just like plays ignorant. He's just like, whatever. Just like, fucking ride the bike, all right? Let's go. Come on.
All right, I take off my hoops like one by one, and I hand them to him, and I ask him to hold them for me.
Okay. He's perplexed by your like negging him, but it's making like it's kind of like he's kind of like, okay, yes, ma'am. Like that's
Alright.
to you.
And then I like floor it out.
Okay, cool. So you all ride off. Do you do a wheelie or something?
Oh, of course.
Okay. All right. So you all follow Knight's Ass on her gangster bike.
She has no idea where she's going, though. so-
No, but whatever. She makes a good exit,
Yeah.
and you guys head out into the Barrens. So do you want to let's take a break here. And we'll,
All right.
we'll
Cool.
take the Barrens out.
Cool. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Quick 3 to 5 minute break. We'll go back into hour 3 right after this. We'll see you guys then.